while that. There we go. Hey, this is Keith Everett, and this is our weekly hangout. We've only got 2 people on this week, so you know, one of the things really you want to do in a team is get together and discuss what you've been doing in the week, and we can help you by answering your questions. So, do come on these hangouts because they are of benefit to you. However, with myself, what I tend to do is I work very closely with certain members of the team. Now, those members are usually the people that you can see on this hangout, because those are the people that tend to be really pushing themselves. And I've got 2 people on here tonight, which, surprisingly enough, these 2 people are always on the hangouts. And you see these 2 people always on Facebook doing marketing every day, so they are very consistent. And that's one of the real keys about success in an internet marketing business. So let me introduce, or rather let them introduce themselves. Also got Rosanna just chopped into the call. Hi, Rosanna.
Hello, people. How are you all?
Yeah, we're much better now we got you on there, because it looks better with 3 people.
Well, sadly, I won't be on here for too long. I'm in the middle of Italy, as probably most of you know or don't know.
Yeah.
But I thought I would just chime in quickly. I'm in the middle of setting up my sites, and just now it's dinner time with Mom, so I just thought I'd chime in quickly and say hello and see how you're all doing.
Well, you are live. You are actually on the live.
Hello, guys.
You're on a live call here, so while you're here, you might as well introduce yourself.
Hello, people. This is Rosanna, and I'm in Rome, live from Rome. I'm away from my home in Johannesburg for a week, 2 weeks.
Cool.
So the joy of having this lifestyle is that you can chime in from wherever you are, and you can work whenever you want.
Yeah, very good point. You can work from wherever you want, as long as you've got an internet connection. Mm-hmm. Don't be fooled by the glamorous pictures of people sitting on beaches with a laptop across their lap, because half the time there's no Wi-Fi there.
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay, we've got 2 other people on the call as well. So, would you like to introduce yourselves? Kitty, you first.
Hi, Kitty Levy from California, and I'm love to be on these hangouts. Always great information.
Awesome. And Luke?
Hi, I'm Luke, Lucky Luke. I'm from Belgium, but I live already 16 years in Turkey, Ankara. Okay.
Awesome. Another point there, isn't there? You can see that we have people in this team, and this is not really representative of the team. This is just 3 people. We have a lot of team members who are from all over the world, and this is the wonderful thing about this network marketing, internet marketing business, because you can transact business with people anywhere. And what we're going to be talking about tonight, we're going to be talking about blogging, but we're also going to be talking about 1 or 2 other points. But before we get to those points, it's always very, very important that we get people's questions answered, because that's really the main reason that people come on a hangout. Okay? Otherwise, they can just watch the recording. So I know Rosanna is a little bit pressed for time, so I think we'll start with Rosanna. Rosanna, you got any questions for me?
I actually don't have any questions right now, Keith, to be very honest. I've raised a question earlier about, obviously, with the blogging, and that was whether some of us are going to import our content from other blogs that we have. It could be any blog that you have on any platform, on any hosting. If you're going to be carrying it over to whatever other blogging platform that you have, and we're going to talk about sites. We're obviously talking about sites tonight. And the question was, yes, it is possible to, the answer was yes, it is possible to import your blog content from another hosting platform, if that makes sense. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, Rosanna's talking about a brand new platform that we've got with MLSP. Each one of these members below me that you see there on the panel are in MLSP, and what we've been given an opportunity, and this is an opportunity that was, has been made available at no extra cost, but at huge cost to MLSP. I have to say, hands up to these people that run MLSP, because they've really excelled themselves this time. I have had blogs before, right? And I've had all kinds of blogs where they say, this is a viral blogging platform and this is going to do this and this is going to do this. Well, that's fine. If they do, they do. But with this particular platform, you have themes which look very professional. I'm pretty sure if you were to buy them, you would be paying quite a bit of money for them. And you have a choice of, what is it, Rosanna? Is it about a dozen back there, or?
Yep.
It's a lot, isn't it? It's a lot.
There's a lot. I've been blown away with what I've been working on it for about 3 hours now, well, not really 3 hours, but I've been going over and over and over it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I actually can't believe what there is available to play with, because it's actually just something to play with until you're happy with what your result is. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Now the thing is, Rob Four, who is probably the authority on SEO online, he's a top earner in this company and several other companies. His blog, the way that he has his blog and all of the plugins that he's got have all been given to us.
Yep.
If you go in the back office and you look at the plugins, you're literally looking at hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of plugins. Now, if you just set your blog up with those plugins, you've almost got the same SEO value that Rob Four has got on his blog, and it's taken him years to learn. So this really kind of plug and play. You've got a huge amount of videos out there which will show anybody. Let's say you're a complete beginner. If you don't know even how to blog, there is a complete library of videos starting at square one. Here is the dashboard, and it shows you, takes you through all the steps. But also, if you've done a bit of blogging, you can pick up where you fit in, and it's just, there's so much value there. It's untrue. I mean, what I've been fitting to my blog this week is I've been fitting some opt-ins on the actual page itself. MLSP's products or their lead magnets, you can just plug and play, drag them across, and put them anywhere on the blog you like. So it's almost like instant monetization. If you want to hang on a bit, I'll give you a little bit of an example of that. But I've seen blogging systems before, but I don't think anybody has ever gone to this extent to make sure everybody, and that's right from the person that's just started to someone that's been blogging for ages, because there's people that have been doing it for years that are getting great value out of this system. And you probably realize that a blog is an integral part to your business, because it's your home online. Now, you've heard people say this a lot of times, but it really is. If you don't have a blog, your business is homeless. You're homeless. So, I've made money from blogs. I've got lots of leads from blogs. But when I started in 2011, blogging, I knew nothing about blogging at all. I was a complete idiot at it. So you've got all the training, you've got all the plugins, and I can't remember what value they put on it, whatever that was, but it's an amazing system. So, Kitty,
I've been blown away. It's insane.
Yeah. Absolutely, it's unbelievable, and you know, some people this week were privy to a product which they bought, which they purchased, called the 3 Minute Expert, which is Ray Higdon's product. And I've been literally sitting there with, you know, the kind of the screen open, all of the videos, and I've been sitting here taking notes. You know, this is my pad, and it's full of notes just on that alone, because Ray Higdon, he made his first $1 million with a blog online. So, you know, if he can make $1 million with a blog, I'm not saying that you'll make $1 million, but at the end of the day, you know, you can make a lot of money if you do it right.
Well, we've got the blogging platform now, and we've got Ray Higdon's trainings and all the other MLSP trainings. I really don't think that we shouldn't not listen to what the people are saying.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a good year next year.
Absolutely. I mean, like, if you're serious about blogging, and you know, blogging plays a big part of this. It really does.
Yeah.
You know, you can make a lot of money from it. That's all I'll say, really. But what is the point? What is the main point, Kitty, of a blog? If you're an online marketer,
to get yourself out, excuse me, get yourself out there, provide content, have a home on the web, basically.
So what is the point of the blog? You know, let's say, yes, that's what's required to get you attention, that gets you traffic. But what is the, you know, as an internet marketer or a network marketer, what is the point of the blog?
Well, you brand yourself, I would say.
I'm just going to quote Ray Higdon, right? He said the point of the blog is to get leads.
Oh, yeah.
That is the point of the blog, right? It's not to get sales, although you can get sales. It's to get leads. So
it's to build your brand, to build your list.
Yeah, I mean, this is what it's all about, because, you know, a lot of people, they start without a blog, they start without a list, and then a few months later, a year later, they're struggling. You know, they're not building anything. So you need to do that. You need to build a list of customers or prospects, and you also need to, you know, build your blog. Now, as Kitty said, right, what you do is you just create content on a regular basis. When someone says it's difficult to blog, don't get me wrong, I understand that, because I know someone, you know, a friend of mine, who finds it very difficult to write a blog post. I understand that, right? However, in this day and age, you can go and get a post written for about $5 on Fiverr, or you can go to Elance, pay a little bit more, and get a better quality post written. So you can do that if you can't write posts yourself. But to be honest, there's so much information out there. Just listening to Ray Higdon's course, I mean, I got to video 20. Took me 4 days.
Oi.
Right, I got to video 20 because some of the videos are like an hour or whatever. And all of these notes I'm transcribing into blog posts. So they're all going to play part of content, right? So when someone says to me, oh yeah, blogging, yeah, no, we don't want to do blogging, right? Well, it's a damn sight easier than having to work for a living, okay? If I can make money off of a blog and you have to go out to work 40 hours a week and sit in traffic, I would rather write a blog post a day. That's the way I see it, right? And that's what we're talking about here. You know, if you blog correctly and you get enough leads, you can wave goodbye to your boss at some stage. You know, I'm not saying in the beginning. It took me a while. You know, it took me a long while, but you can do it. So here's Sorry, sure, I'm just getting the thing up. Here's the thing. This is the way I look at it, right? With MLSP, you just want to immerse yourself in it. There's so much training. It's a leadership factory. It's made so many leaders online. So why not follow suit? Just go the whole hog. You know, learn the blogging, do the blogging, and just get yourself out there. Luke, I haven't seen you blog yet. So have you ever blogged before? Unmute yourself, Luke.
No, I don't have a blog. I never had one.
Well, you have got one now. It's in the back office, right? It's under MLSP sites.
I will check, not this week, the week after, because we go 4 days to Belgium. So I won't have a lot of time to be on internet.
Okay. Right, let me just give you a quick run through, guys. So it's going to be quick. Let me just go to screen share with you. And can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You just go into the back office. I mean, probably I'm going to have to log in here in a minute, but you go over to my websites and it says new MLSP sites, okay? You can just click there if you're in the process of building your blog. And there are your 3 things that you need to do, first of all, okay? So there's your training portal. That's where your password is and your username. And down here is where your site is, okay? Now, what I've done with this is I've actually, just bear with me a second while I just pull this across. I've just added my a new URL to it, okay? So this one is called keitheverittlive.com, and up comes a pop-up, which is a plugin called Bloom. Okay. So here's what I've done with this, right? I've used a theme called Hathaway, and I didn't add that. What I did was I just added a picture here. So it was a picture I found, which I liked, a paid picture, and all I've done is I've just this came up in the middle, right? So whatever you name your blog, that's going to come up in the middle here, and then under there, you want to put some sort of title of what you represent online. Well, this is an MLSP blog, so we are all about getting leads. So I've just simply put network marketing lead generation specialist, okay? Now, here's what I've done, right? I've added some posts. I've only done 2 posts so far. And I've added some widgets which are MLSP. They're so simple to do, it's just untrue, okay? All they do is they click on them like that, and it goes straight through to the capture page, okay? Now you can't actually see it on this site because I've already used this browser to view it, but there's also a bar that comes up the top here, but it won't show it again if it's the same person, okay? So there was a bar that comes up here and takes your email address, all right? So as I scroll down, I've added an advert to the side here. That's just a widget for a product that I sell. I've added network blogs here, okay, because I want to network my blog and I want people to subscribe. This is very important. Get people subscribing to your blog. That way they're informed every time you have a new blog post on your blog. Okay, so I've just added that today. And then throughout your post, whenever you're referring to something, put a link, a clickable link. Okay? And then right down the bottom here, this is the first tip I'm going to give you because I got this from the 3-Minute Expert. Put a PS that takes them to something to do with MLSP, right? In other words, tell them what to do right down the bottom here, because people pay more attention to PSs than most parts of the post. Okay? So what I've done here is I've sent them to this. This is an 89-minute free training by Ray Higdon. Okay? Which we can just give away just like that. So that's just a tip there. I've got Facebook comments on here. Now again, the plugin all comes with it. This is the second post, which is pretty much the same sort of thing. All right, see we've got a few posts there. And then right down the bottom, this is the bit I really like. You can add those same MLSP elements. So I can send them to Instagram, the cheat sheet, Facebook advertising cheat sheet, or Periscope quick start guide. And each one of these, when they click to download the demo, they're all going to capture pages. Okay? So if you do this properly, you're going to end up with some decent leads coming off of your blog, because this blog is designed to just suck in leads, I can tell you. Okay? So let me just go on the inside for a sec. Right, I always get this problem. Hang on a second. I think what I'm going to do here is just take the screen share off for a sec, for obvious reasons. I'm just going to nab the password.
Aren't you excited about the site, Keith?
I am. I think it's made a huge difference. It's going to make a huge difference to my business because
I can't compare it to the EN blogging platform.
It's a different platform. You know, it's just a different platform. Let me just share this. Okay, so this is the back office to my blog. Now, if you look down here where plugins is, these are where all of your plugins are, okay? So if you go to installed plugins, you're going to see all of the plugins that they give you. So here is the MLSP call to action widget, right? Now this is really important because when you want to add any widgets, all you do is go to Appearance, go to Widgets, then you look here on the right hand side, there is your footer area and there's your sidebar, okay? So you can see if I do the drop down list for the sidebar, you can see MLSP call to action as in the first place, right? In the second one, I've got the Click Magic banner. Now that banner flashes on and off, right? It's a GIF type banner. You don't want to have your site full of flashing banners, okay? If you've got too many, they look tacky. If you've got one, it doesn't look too bad. Here is where Network Blogs is. That's the Network Blogs code, which you get when you join Network Blogs. Okay? And then underneath, this is Stat Counter. Now, this is not here as a plugin. I use Stat Counter quite a bit on all my blogs because it gives me an instant update of how many people are looking at the blog. Okay? This is not like Google Analytics. Google Analytics is a delayed, more in-depth kind of thing. Stat Counter gives me an up-to-date look at how many people are viewing the blog. And to get that, you just go to statcounter.com, add your URL of your blog, and then there's some instructions on there to get your code, okay? And then just post your code here. Now you can have a counter, you can have a visible counter or an invisible counter. I've settled for an invisible counter, okay? Because you don't really want people to see how many people are visiting your blog in the early days, okay? For obvious reasons. So anybody got any questions on this? Now with the MLSP call to action, it's so simple. You just look here on your left hand side, and these are going to be your widgets, right? So if I want to find the MLSP call to action, there it is. All I do is I drag it across and I add it to the sidebar. Okay? Now once I've added it to the sidebar, it's going to ask me what I want to appear there. So I can have the Periscope cheat sheet, I can have weekly marketing webinars, I can have the 6-figure residual income, all of these things I can have added there if I want. Okay? So let's put the webinar one there. If I click save and click close, there it is. Free live training, free. That's the Wednesday webinar. So when they click on that, that's where they go. Boom. All right.
It's awesome.
So you can put them anywhere you like. There's a space here because I've got that invisible counter there. That's why you're seeing that space. Okay. So let me just take that off for a second. If you want to take anything off, just pull them across like that. Okay. It's that simple. So you can add anything onto your right-hand side that you want. You can have your Facebook feed from your group, your page. If you want to put your page on here, just drag that across. All right? Anything you want to add, like banners, just put into the text widget. The text widget also houses HTML as well. Any questions? Okie doke. Let me just take it off of share. There you go. Right, so that's really a kind of a very brief introduction to sites. Now here's the thing, right? What's going to happen over the next few months is that you're going to start to see, if you've actually followed the instructions and you've added the plugins, you're going to start to see your posts rank higher in the search engines, right? Because here's the thing, you don't need to be an SEO expert anymore, right? Let me just show you what I mean by that. If you go over to your posts, right, and I've only got 2 on here at the moment, remember? Sorry, it's a bit slow because obviously we've got the recorder recording it. So these are the 2 posts I've done, okay? So when you go and edit these posts, you can see how they're ranking SEO-wise, right? Because it's a paint by numbers system. Let me give you an example. As soon as I can open this up, as I say, it's a bit slow because we're doing a Hangout with it. Okay? Look over here, and it says SEO good. Check. here it's telling you how to get your page ranked. The page title is more than 40 characters and less than the recommended 70 characters. There are 1,217 words contained in the body copy. This is more than 300 words recommended minimum. The meta description contains the primary keywords. In other words, what you do now is before you start blogging, find your main keyword, okay, which is make money blogging on this one, and tell the post what your keyword is. Then the SEO element takes over and tells you what to do. It tells you, have you mentioned that keyword enough? Right? It's telling me here, look, the keyword density is 0.41%, which is a bit low. The keyword was found 5 times. Okay? The copy scores 81.7 in this, which is considered easy to read. The keyword phrase appears in the URL for this page. Look, where the URL is, there's the keyword. Why is it in there? Because I stuck it in there. Okay? So that's what you want to start doing. Start getting your posts ranked by using this. Because this is going to teach you and tell you what you should be doing to get them ranked. Okay? Right, let me just take us off screen share. Right. Got a question from Jerry. This is not about MLSP sites. This is basically when you buy a product through MLSP, where is it? There seems to be a little bit of misunderstanding how you actually find products that you've purchased. Does anyone here on the panel know when you buy a product that, you know, it's not one of the products in the back office. It's not got a campaign. It's just there, like the 3-minute expert. Well, those products carry a 33% commission rate, whether you own them or not, right? So if you do buy it, where is it? Anyone know?
That's a good question.
Well, this is Jerry's question.
No, it's in your back office. It's in your back office.
It is. Let me just quickly show you. Let me share the screen because we don't know who's watching this.
It would be under your products, my products.
That's it. So if you go to your back office, right, go to where it says store, and then there's the products you own. Okay? So when you want to access that product, you just click, and there's your product. It should appear. There it is, right? Okay? That's it. So you can access that anytime. So that's for you, Jerry.
And for me. And for anyone else who's bought 3-minute expert or anything else.
Okay. Right. Just a quick one. When this replay goes out tonight, which it will do in the group, the 3-minute expert comes off of being available tonight. Okay. Tonight is the last night it's available. The version we have is the same as the one Ray Higdon has for $497, but this is an attraction marketing version, and it comes with a ton of bonuses, right, on top. I think I'll just show you very quickly. These are the bonuses that are available in this version, which comes off of the market tonight, okay? Now, I've just been through this one, and that in itself is probably worth the price of the course. But look, you get all this, all these bonus training modules, blog reviews, bonus questions series, creating ads, audiences, and pixels, training webinars. They're going to do 2 training webinars with Ray Higdon. Plus, it has its own Facebook group where you can go in and get your blog appraised by experts. Okay, so I know it's 297. It might be 297. You can't afford at the moment, but you can make 3 payments of $117 if money's a bit tight. Okay, so let me just take us off of that. But I'm just letting you know this tonight is the last night you will be able to buy it. I think that's midnight Eastern time. It comes off of the market. Okay. So, anybody got any questions about blogging, MLSP sites, or anything to do with MLSP? Boy, you are a quiet lot tonight, aren't you? Good job that I'm chatty. Could you imagine if I was like one of these people that never says anything? We'd all be sitting here going,
Now, on your MLSP blog, are you just going to use that for MLSP?
Good question, Kitty, and I really want to expand on that because I'm going to drop some nuggets on you now. It's amazing when someone asks you a question and it brings back something in your memory. And I did this wrong for a long time and didn't really make a lot of money online. What I did was everything I did, I always put in one place. I remember my first blog. It was like something out of the art, right? It was like the ugliest blog you could ever find online, and I put everything on it. I had flashing banners all down the right-hand side. I did all of these products, you know, ClickBank products, and all this kind of other stuff. And it was a mishmash. It was a mess. And I pretty much learned from that that's not the way to do blogging. Now, I will say that blog brings in leads every week anyway, even though I don't do anything with it at all. So when you put these blogs up, you are setting yourself up for traffic in the future as well, because blogging is not short term. Okay, I want to make that quite clear now. If you put a blog post up today, it doesn't always mean you're going to get leads straight away. Okay, it doesn't always mean that. So what Kitty is alluring to there is, one thing I've learned is when you see a Facebook group that I do, it has an overall theme. In other words, my Facebook page that I've just done is MLSP orientated. This blog is MLSP orientated. My Calatu blog is Empower Network orientated. My Twitter accounts, both of them. Can you just put your mute on? Thanks, Rosanna. Both my Twitter accounts, one is for MLSP and one is for Empower Network. All right, because it's pointless. It's pointless.
I'm on a conference call.
Rosanna, can you just put your
Conference.
hang on, see if I can mute her. Let me try and mute her. There we go. Right, with with anything that you do, if you throw everything into it and give people a choice, they tend to not choose anything. But if you center everybody onto one thing through one piece of content, it's far more effective, right? One of the things I have seen people do is they write a blog post and then they mention a keyword which has got something to do with Empower Network. So they hyperlink it to Empower Network. Then 2 or 3 lines down, they hyperlink that to something else. Then they hyperlink that to something else. This is really the wrong way to do it. What you want to do is when you create your blog post, just say to yourself, what is this blog post going to be aimed at? Is it aimed at my Lead System Pro? So in other words, what you're going to do is first of all think about the content, then you're going to think about the keyword, So the keyword is going to appear in your title. Please do remember this, because we've all done this, where we've just done a blog post because we thought it looks good. There's no keywords in the title. There's no keywords in the blog. There's probably not even a good call to action. So what was the point? There was no point. You know, this is about getting people to take action, and the way you do that is by focusing them through the blog post in order to get them to click a link which is going to be beneficial to you. All right? So anybody got any questions on that? No?
So, well, if you're, okay, you do one blog post, you center on MLSP, would you ever use that MLSP platform to do blog posts that are not about MLSP?
Well, the posts themselves are not about MLSP, but they lead to MLSP, because the site, it just depends on your purpose for the site. What was your thoughts about what is your blog going to be about? Your MLSP blog, I'm talking about now.
That's my question. I would assume it would be something like one of my Empower Network blogs, which is, you know, how to make money online, how to get leads, that kind of stuff.
Well, the quickest way to anything is via a straight line. Unfortunately, a lot of online marketers don't think in straight lines. They go around the houses, right?
Yes.
And, you know, I've been guilty of doing this myself several times, so don't get me wrong. Whenever I'm talking about people doing that, it's only stuff I've done myself. You know, I spent a long time going around like a headless chicken, and you really kind of have to find a lot of it out yourself, unless you've got someone there that can just tell you this is what you should do. That's why in the early days of your journey, you need a coach. I never invested in a coach, and it ended up costing me a lot of money, because I had about 18 months of no sales apart from $16. You know, that's my story, so I'm not going to go through it again. But it's pretty scary when you have about, you know, $2,000 worth of expenses per month minimum, and you have zero income. It is pretty scary when that happens to you. So it's better to go and pay for a coach. I mean, eventually I did. You know, I paid for a coach $100 an hour, which is very reasonable for someone that can teach you how to do this correctly, right? A lot of these guys now, some of the big guys charge thousands of dollars. I mean, I think Lisa has just paid the price of a car to have Ray Higdon mentor her.
Wow.
You know, he doesn't charge, I'm not sure exactly. He was talking in the product that he's somewhere between 15 and 50,000, depending on what you want, if you want to be coached by Ray. I think it starts at $14,000, but that's Ray Higdon. But you know, if you want to get a coach, I got a guy who was an expert on AdSense, and you know, I believed in the guy. I saw he was a person that actually did what he said, and this is so important, because there's a lot of gurus out there telling you things, but I always look at what they do, and if they're saying something but not doing it, I don't actually take any notice of them at all. So, you know, there are a lot of good gurus out there, if you like, but a lot of them, they don't really do what they're talking about. I learned that, you know, very early on. So this is why I particularly have a good interest in Lisa, because I think you guys out there who are watching this and you think that $150 a month for MLSP is a big expense. It's only a big expense if you sit on your ass and don't do anything, right? Or, you know, that's when it becomes a big expense, because then it's just a hobby. But you wouldn't get coaching off of Lisa for anywhere near that kind of money. And she's always dropping gold nuggets in that team. And we're very lucky to be associated with that particular person. So, you know, I kind of look at what she does and build a lot of it into my business, you know, the way that she connects everything up so beautifully. The fan page to the list to the blog. She has that awesome triangle or that circle, whatever you want to call it. And she uses video so well, you know. She really is someone that you do want to follow. And I've been telling people to follow Lisa Torres even before we joined MLSP. And Kitty and Rosanna will back me up on this, because I was telling you guys to follow Lisa Torres at the beginning of this year. You know, when she was mainly in the Power Network. Because I think she gives a lot of value away. And if you wanted coaching with her nowadays, you would pay a lot of money. And that leads me on to the next thing. Why shouldn't you guys coach people? Learn, do, teach. Now, Ray Higdon, he doesn't exactly say learn, do, and teach. What he actually says is, he says learn and teach. I can't remember the step he put in between, but you can actually learn stuff and teach others it without actually implementing it yourself. That's what he says, right? Personally, I like to implement things, and that's why it took me a while to get through this Ray Higdon course, because I just did video after video. But what I was doing, I was adjusting what he was saying. I was doing it on my blog, so I was implementing as I was going along. Now, all of the notes that I've created, I'm now going to teach that to other people in bite-sized chunks in videos. And you can do exactly the same, right? So let's say you go and invest $297 in a course. And I think that's the first course I've actually bought this year. But let's say you invest $297. Well, you can make videos, blog posts, goodness knows how much out of that for the next 2 or 3 months. And you're bound to get leads. You might even get sales. And you know, you can literally get your money back just like that, just by using the information and creating your own content. So who's actually actively blogging at the moment? And when I'm talking about actively blogging, you know, every day or every other day. Anyone? No? Okay. It's something you want to do, because if it's good enough for experts, it's good enough for you guys, right? Now, I know we spent a long time getting people good at Facebook chat. And that's good, because, you know, that's got everybody used to chatting to people on Facebook, and Facebook chat works very well. It builds up a network of people who are targeted, because you obviously followed the instructions and done it correctly, and it will get you sales, right? However, you don't have to do that all of the hours that you have to work on your business. You know, I do this full time, so I can spend between 3 hours and 16 hours a day, as much as I want. Now, I don't spend 16 hours a day because I do have a life outside this, right? But if I want to, I can. Now, for instance, I wouldn't spend 16 hours a day on Facebook chat because it would drive me mad. But I do spend an hour on it in the morning and I get people hitting me up through the day, and then I'll probably spend another hour on it in the evening. But your business is not based on one thing. If you only ever do one thing, and that's Facebook chat, as we explained, I think it was in last week's webinar or the week before, you end up with that, which is a very wonky table, right? So you don't want to do that. What you want to do is start building those other legs now. So when you are proficient at Facebook chat and you're getting leads, who here has not got one lead yet from Facebook chat? Everyone. So everybody's got at least one lead. Who's got 5 leads? Who's got 10 leads?
I've got about 20 from Facebook chat.
Right. So Kitty knows how to get 20 leads using a free method called Facebook chat. So straight away, she has some authority there. That is something you can teach other people. So no one needs to go out and tell lies, right? No one needs to go out and say, well, I'm earning this and I'm earning that. Don't do that. Faking it till you make it is not a great way of becoming a trustworthy marketer online, right? I didn't do that. What I did was, when I started out and I had made no money, because remember, I only made $16 in my first year. That's not something to brag about, right? It's not something to brag about. So what I did was, I think at the time what I was doing was I was using the Warrior Forum, and I was showing people how to use the Warrior Forum to get leads, okay? Because like Facebook chat, it wasn't so common back then. I mean, we still had Facebook, but what we were doing, we would go on the Warrior Forum, and I would be talking to people on there. Right, it's obviously working because Luke's just put up a message in the chat that says, this is a message he's just got back, right? I just wanted to express my appreciation for your posts. They are informative and thought-provoking. Appreciate you. Have a great day. Now, I think Luke will be the first person to admit that before he started Facebook chat, his Facebook wall was a bit like a war zone, right? Where it was kind of it was kind of like, you know, all over the place, right? And Luke really has restructured that, and he's kind of, you know, he's taken on board all the training, and he's given it his own unique kind of twist, which is really what this game's about, you know. Instruction is about building you, because you are going to be the thing online, the one thing online which is going to last. Products don't always last, companies don't always last, but people do. And any person that makes a lot of money, and Ray Higdon is a good person to look at, because if you think about it, if you look at his track record, bankruptcy, right, foreclosure, divorce, he's got he's got all kinds of things that have gone on in his life, and he talks about quite freely. And then he's built up this reputation of being this guy that and all he's done is just learned the business. And what he's done is he's blogged about it, he's made videos about it, and he's created his own products, because that's something you can do. You know, once you've got some knowledge, you can create your own product, and you can put those products on your blog. You know, like Ray Higdon does. He's got like a store online. I think he's got about 30 products on there now. Well, when he started, he had no products. and he makes $1 million a year out of his blog. Now, do you know Ray Higdon has got at least 4 sources making him $1 million? Did you know that? He has. So when you see Ray Higdon, you can see what a nice, down-to-earth guy he is. You know, he doesn't talk down to people, and he tells you what he's doing. You know, through this product that we've been studying this week, he shows you everything he does on his blog. He says, look, this is how I do this. This is where I go to get this. And for people to do that, you know, this is one of the few industries where people will do that. They'll give away all of their secrets to help you succeed. Okay, so I think that's the blog finished with. Anyone else got any questions? Before we go, I'm just going to go through a couple of things. PayPal. Right, as you know, and I don't make any secret of this, I did get my PayPal account shut down on Tuesday, right? Some of us are in an opportunity called the National Wealth Centre, and one of the features with that is the fact that you can have your own PayPal account, and you know, you can have instant commissions, which is what we like. However, PayPal do not like network marketing or MLM, and they do not like internet marketers either. In the past, I have known internet marketers to have a product launch, use PayPal, and then on the same day that they've got the product launch and they've got the money coming in, PayPal shut them down. It's a ludicrous situation. Unfortunately, you know, this is just how PayPal is. It's a very awkward organization to deal with. However, by getting my account shut down, I realized they're not actually going to close your account down. So in other words, if you have any fears about losing your PayPal account, I want to allay those fears now, right? They will give you a warning and they will tell you to take your PayPal button off the NWC site. They will also tell you to cancel all of your subscriptions, which is a big pain. Because what I've had to do is I've had to cancel all of the subscriptions, contact the people, and then just tell them that I've got another button now which you need to go to just to restart your subscription again when it's due. That's the only time you need to do that. Now I'm taking a hit on that because obviously I now get 80% instead of 100%. But fair play to Luke, he was straight in there, even though his subscription was not due. He asked me what to do, he went in the back office and he did it. So fair play to Luke, because you know he just wanted to get back on board again. And when some people see that you are having a problem, some people make it a bigger problem for you, and other people make it easy for you. Do you understand what I'm saying by that? So that's the sort of people you want in your team. You know, you want people that are going to help you when you start getting into trouble. Not people that are going to make your life harder. So just in case, you know, there's any doubt in the back of your mind, National Wealth Centre is a very good company. PayPal are idiots at times. I mean, National Wealth Centre is linked to, you know, a company that's been going for 17 years. It's A1 plus rated on the Better Business Bureau, which is the top rating you can get. So for PayPal to just shut your account down because you happen to be associated with them is just silly. It's just what happens when some companies get too big, they get arrogant with it. So anyway, that's the PayPal situation. Anyone got any questions on that? Luke, you're on silent. Can't hear you. That's weird. Kitty, say something.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Luke, say something. I think I've got you. No, hang on. I've muted him. Let's take him off of mute, see if that makes any difference.
Nope.
No, I've lost you. He still keeps coming back as being muted. Hang on. Okay. Myself now. I'm muting everybody on the whole thing. It's alright, I'm trying to get Luke off of mute.
Maybe just log out and come back in.
Hang on. Luke, try your mute again. He seems to be stuck on mute.
I don't think he's there.
Yeah, he is. I can see him. He's behind there.
Oh, because I don't have a picture of him at all.
Okay. Well, look, we might have to communicate with you through the chat group, okay? Because obviously we're kind of stuck on mute with you. Look, we're going to wrap up in a second anyway, because obviously we've been going quite a while, hour and 10. Kitty, is there anything you want to, any last minute things you want to run through with me?
I don't think so. Oh, Luke is back, I think.
Yeah, he's on silent again. Look, you haven't disconnected your audio, have you? Because you're showing this end as being unmuted. Okay, well look, I think what we'll do, as there's no more questions, we'll call it a night, and I will speak to you guys in the week and just, you know, let people know that you was on the Hangout. I'd appreciate that. I'm going to put the replay in the back office fairly shortly. So if you can, just leave a comment on that. I would appreciate it. Is that okay?
Oh, one thing I wanted to ask you about. You said network blogs. What is that?
Networked blogs. Let me put it in. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do better than that. I'll actually get you the link to them. There you go.
Great, thanks.
Just let me know when you grabbed it, okay?
Got it.
All right, guys. Listen, I will speak to you in the week. If you get any problems, give us a shout, and see you next week, yeah?
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now.